What's up, man? This is Jason Clown Brown from Cycotic Youth. You're listening to Vulgar Display of Podcast.
Cycofied in this violence and we come terror. Grinding hard against the brain, no one can do it better. Evil eyes are running, hiding, flying through the air. Several times you pass by, it's time to look back. Cycofied, nothing left but bloodshot eyes. That's because we're Cycofied. Nothing left but bloodshot eyes. That's because we're Cycofied. Cycofied, we shall ride with anger and despair. So it's up to you, life.
Welcome to the Vulgar Display of Podcast. Got the fellas here. Dale.
Hey.
Yo. Mike.
Hey.
Twan Anthony.
Yo.
Got a very special guest online. We got a real OG with us tonight.
Yes.
We have Jason Brown from Cycotic Youth. Jason, how's it going, man?
Well, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man?
Great. How are you?
Nice. Good, man. Stoked to be on this podcast, bro, for sure.
Hell yeah,
sure.
we are too.
Yep.
We're very stoked.
How's California?
Man, Cali's good. You know, it's probably it's around 75, 76 degrees,
Perfect.
It's a little windy, a little breezy, we think it's hot and shit, but
man.
it's not.
Yeah.
Where are you guys at? You guys are where?
Little south of St. Louis, and bud, it is
Little
fucking hot out here.
Yeah, it's
I got that fucking mud butt going.
Yeah,
right now.
all day
It's
long
like-
mud butt. Yep.
it's a gold bond day.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Cali's good, man. I can't complain, man. I grew up here, man. I grew up Santa Monica, Venice Beach area. My tattoo shop's about a mile from the beach on Venice Boulevard. So, yeah, man. It's funny how, people say, I tell myself, I never moved from the beach. But then again, I'm like, when's the fucking last time I've been at the beach? You know what I mean?
Yeah, when it's your backyard, you just take advantage of it. It's like seeing the same thing every day. Us, we have to vacation and plan a week off work and save money and all this shit.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's funny you say that. I have some friends in Chicago, and I was like, hey, where's the best place to get some deep dish Chicago pizza when I'm in town? And he goes, man, we don't eat that shit.
Yeah.
He goes, the tourists eat that shit.
Locals only, pussy.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. So you know what I'm talking about, dude.
Yeah.
So
Cycotic Youth, been around for a while, but we got some new albums and some new songs. You want to tell us a little bit about kind of the resurgence and what the plan is?
yeah, man. So before we dropped these two singles, Cycofied and Psycho Up, there was an album floating around, and people think it's like a new album, but what it was a friend of ours who has a massive vinyl collection and label out of Seattle called punkrecords.net. And he basically redid all the local, Venice, Santa Monica, West Side bands. And he did a compilation called Farewell to Venice, which is kind of a knockoff of the Welcome to Venice, which, got put out back in the days.
Yeah.
And he got some bands to do that. And then he decided to take those bands. And this dude, he's got everything from a backyard party to us at the Roxy in Hollywood. Like, I'm like, dude, where did you get all this shit? So he decided to do an album and, with some unreleased cuts, some second takes, and put it out as a vinyl and CD. It was basically like, look it, man, I'll do all the pressing. I'll give you guys half the records and CDs if I can do it. We're like, cool. So that's been floating around. And when that came out, Cycotic Youth wasn't doing shit. That was actually in another band called Strapped, which is like a punk rock, hip hop, metal thing. We're actually on tour. We opened up for Snoop Dogg in 2005 over in Europe.
Fuck yes.
And we're just a backyard punk fucking hip hop act. And, basically about, I would say maybe 6 years ago, me and my brother started the band in 83. And in 88, it defunct. My brother went away to college. I just kept moving on. I was in a couple of thrash metal bands, a band called Evil, EVOL. we had a deal with Hollywood Records, which ended up signing, I think they ended up signing some other bands, not us, but nevertheless, we were asked to do a reunion show, Cycotic Youth, for a friend of ours who's going through some health problems. So I said, yeah, let's get the band together. We got everybody but our guitar player. He was in jail. He was a lawyer, actually did some fucking dirty shit, so he couldn't play. But we did get our original bass player and me and my brother, original bass player, and one of the homies, one of the neighborhood kids that play guitar. We do this reunion show at this place called Cafe Nella in Northeast LA with some hardcore bands like Count Time from Northeast LA, a band called Los Creepers. And it went over well, bro. We started getting a response even from the kids. Like, you guys going to do an album? You going to do any more gigs? So we started, we got a couple new dudes because the old dudes really couldn't play anymore. They were hanging on by the skin of their teeth just playing that fucking show,
Yeah, right.
So, my brother hadn't played drums in a while. I had kept the music going since Cycotic Youth broke up, so I was kind of seasoned in getting record deals and playing and shit out. And my brother's like, what should we do? I got a couple heavy hitters from, this side of town. We started doing gigs. My brother wasn't the greatest drummer, but he started booking up momentum. We did, we were getting a good response, so we decided to go and record some new shit.
Hell yes.
So our first attempt was we went into studio with Greg Hetson from Bad Religion and Circle Jerks to do our new shit, which we went in there, we did some pre-production, we did a couple recordings, and we just didn't like the mix it was coming out. So we were actually going to go to Berkeley and have Alejandro from a band called Exhumed do this demo. But that didn't happen. So, we wasted some time there. And then this guy named Roy Lozano from a band called Downset.
Oh, yeah.
He actually hooked me up with Nick Jett from Terror.
Yeah.
And Nick Jett, if you guys know Terror, LA hardcore band.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, he produced and he recorded this record. So when we went to do pre-production, my brother was living in Vegas at the time he was having some personal issues. He ended up leaving during pre-production a day before we were supposed to record the album.
Damn.
So that was on a Friday. By Monday, Nick Jett had all their drum tracks recorded. So Nick Jett actually played drums on this record.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
From Terror. So, that's what kind of just pushed us to the next level. We have a drummer who, my brother was really a double bass kind of dude. And so it kind of took it to the next level. And, here we are, we just released these 2 singles and we're looking for a label. We've been talking to Nuclear Blast and a couple other different auspicious recordings, a couple of Warner Brothers, a couple of little labels here and there. But for now, we're going to go ahead. If it's not on a label, we're going to put it out on our management's label, which is Auspicious Recordings. We're going to put it out fucking anyways, dude. It's going to be out July 15th. So
July 15th.
Yes, July 15th, this full record will be out, man. It's got some killer ass tunes, and we're going to be doing a video for a song called Family First. And it's just all about family, man, and your boys and, backing each other up and shit like that, bro. So, yeah, that's where we're at, bro. Hopefully a tour behind that.
Yeah.
And, yeah, man, so.
It sounds like that reunion show that you did for your friend really sparked the fire again. How was that for you? Did that just inspire the creativity again, or has that always been there and you finally, oh, fuck, yeah, let's go. People want this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, once we played and, to be honest with you, bro, half the people were wasted, didn't care anyways what it sounded like. But all the homies coming in and getting busy, I'm like, fuck this place. And then getting the younger kids like, who is this? And then them saying, oh, this is Cycotic Youth, and they're like, well, these dudes are older. it's more like Cycotic Youth. You know what I mean? What the fuck? But you know, so they're like, you guys aren't youth, but I go, no, man, it's about us growing up, man. Like when we came up with the name, there was already a Cycotic Youth. There was a band called Cycotic Youth, PSYCHOTIC. You know, we always got psycho, meaning, you know, let's get psycho, CYCOTIC is how we spelled it. So these kids could start adapting to it. And I'm like, wow, man, this is crazy. Let's just keep doing more shows and see where it gets us. And then, you know, my experience of touring and being in the music industry still, when my brother had stopped, he noticed that I could get the band good gigs. I could get us playing. I have a good, you know, outcome of playing in bands since, you know, 88, we broke up. You know, I've been tattooing over 28 years. I've been all over the world, you know, and toured and all this shit. So it just kind of came up, bro. And once we got the right dudes in the band, it just started blowing up and the writing just became really easy.
Right. And then with single Cycofied, I love that it's a tribute to your homie Jay Adams, one of the original Z-Boys. I've been in love with the movie Lords of Dogtown and the whole Z-Boys vibe. And I completely relate to Jay because I had my struggles, my bullshit that I got into when I was younger. I was a skate rat and then turned shithead. And I love that you guys threw so much props out to Jay.
Yeah, you know, I'm a little bit younger than Jay, but I used to chase them dudes around. I'm a third generation Z-Boy. My dad, you know, is from that area. This is before Z-Boys. And, you know, dude, I lived that, you know, I lived that movie, you know.
Right.
The documentary is way more better than the movie, but just to go through it, you know, a lot of that footage in there had never been seen before.
Right.
Of Jay. We got it from a dude named Roy Flores, who's also OG Z-Boy and had one of the biggest OG skateboard collection on the West Coast. And that's where we got all that footage, you know, Jay surfing in Malibu and then that skate contest.
Yeah.
That was a vision skate contest by Bronze Agent and all that shit. And I wanted to pay homage to, you know, Cycofied. That's what we used to, let's get Cycofied, homie.
Right.
Let's get crazy. Let's skate. Let's, you know, so that's how it came out, bro. And it was just right to put Jay in it and make it about him. So
yeah, nailed it. Love the song. Said love the tribute. Jay said I completely always grew up loving him and his vibe.
How's the energy around the scene in 2022 compared to the 80s? Is there a certain like event or catalyst that was sort of like a call of arms?
Dude, since everything's coming out and opening up from during COVID, you know what I mean? Like a lot of this DIY stuff or DIY, whatever, a lot of these kids are throwing these shows under freeway bridges and getting generators and, you know, pumping it all up on the internet. But, you know, now that shit's starting to open up a little bit more, you know, there's not much of a scene over here in Venice and Santa Monica anymore. You know what I mean? Like it used to be back in the days, you'd see a backyard party going on down the street and there'd be Suicidal Tendencies, No Mercy, and Beowulf or XL or Cycotic Youth or No Reaction. You know, you could go to a party and it'd be like that. And, you know, now if those things go on, they're very private. They're like for big companies. And, you know, Suicidal paid a couple years ago right here on the boardwalk. It was for Vans. It was in a little ass place. And for me, it's just like I want to get beyond that with Cycotic Youth, man, because we're a type of dudes that we live this every day, bro. It's just not something we got back together to see if we can make money on punk rock or hardcore.
Right.
It's
your
just like,
life.
dude, I had more to give, you know? I got in an accident in 2017, bro, on a motorcycle accident on my Harley. Some bitch made a left turn in front of me. I lost my leg from the knee down.
Damn.
So I'm out there, bro, on stage with a fucking prosthetic leg trying to do it. So if I can do it, then anybody else can do it, bro. And that's part of it. What I had to do is jump back into it hard with Cycotic Youth. As soon as my brother left, I'm like, man, should I still do this? And I'm like, dude, I got Nick Jett playing drums on this album. I've got to do this shit.
That's your band's whole motto right there. Psycho up.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what, you're going to go hard and get it.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it.
And you mentioned a couple legends in West Coast hardcore, Downset and Suicidal Tendencies, and some of these bands that you've mentioned, and Terror. How important is it to you, for you guys to be able to represent where you guys are from?
It's important to us because, you know, like you'd probably look at that picture of us and be like, oh, these dudes are fucking gangsters or their tattoos or whatever. It's just, you know what, bro? It's just the scene that we were brought up in. You know what I'm saying? It's like when we were young in the 80s going to punk rock shows, you had your English punk and then you had your American punk. You know, American punk had the engineer boots, the flannel around the waist.
Yep.
Then you had your fucking English punk, the mohawk, and then you had your suicidal punk, dude.
Yeah.
Suicidal punk was wearing a flannel, the mohawk with the bandana.
Yeah.
Because we grew up in that Chicano neighborhood.
The Dickies and
we
the Chucks.
low-rided, and it was all about cars and skating and punk rock. You know what I mean? It just was a little bit different than everybody. So for me to, you know, to get that punk rock gangster feel out to people, I think it needs to be out there in a positive way, dude. You know what I mean? Like more, if you listen, we have a song called Punk Rock Gangster, and it's about, you know, growing up and having your back against the wall. And then we got one that's called Suicidal. It's about our slam dance. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, swing those elbows, knock that teeth out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's just all about where we grew up, and it's important for me to get that across because it's a little bit different than all the LA hardcore, I think, you know.
And you guys don't call it moshing, right? You call it slam dancing.
And slam dancing all the way, dude. Moshing got caught up with anthrax, dude. And yeah, I don't know, bro, where that came from, dude. But yeah, it was all about slam dancing, bro. If you were bad enough to get all the way around backwards against the grain to the other side, you were the shit back then, dude.
You were that dude.
And I know you guys grew up closely with Mike from Suicidal Tendencies and some of the other guys as well. Seeing them sort of make it, and when they're on MTV and they're on Beavis and Butthead and all these things, you know, what was that like for you guys? Do you feel like they were representing you in a way that was that you guys were happy with?
Me and Mike have been friends for over 30 years. No matter what Mike Muir does, he will always be my homeboy. I don't care if you think he's metal, thrash metal, whatever he does, bro. I've done dirt with the dude. You know, I know what kind of dude he is. And, you know, people can hate all they want or could have hated back then. You know what I mean? They had their first album out on Frontier, which they ended up getting screwed over gnarly with that label. And then they did, you know, they went on Caroline and did join the Army, which Mike had a piece of the label with Suicidal Records. So, you know, it just, him to go through the times, you know what I'm saying? Like Cycotic Youth has, going from the punk rock to the thrash metal to the fucking hardcore or whatever. Only thing hardcore is punk rock with metal guitars. That's all it is, man. Nothing's changed but the tone, you know? And the success of Suicidal Tendencies hasn't helped bands from this area. I think it did at one point, but we are our own people, and because we are affiliated with that, we have the edge of that sound. You can hear it in our music by far.
For sure.
I think about just the influence of where you came from and your surroundings. It just gets into your music, whether you really intended to or not. You know, I think about the blues and like the Delta blues. It just all these people from certain parts of the country that it's just infused into their sound, and I'm sure it's I'm sure it's the same way with you guys. Yeah,
dude. I mean, I grew up listening to Chaos UK, the Verukers, and the Ghetto Boys, bro. I mean, come on, you know, Exploited, Aggression, you know, hardcore scene. My favorite bands now is shit like 100 Demons and Kill Switch Engage. You know what I mean? That's the kind of shit I'm listening to. Deftones, they're good friends of mine, dude, you know, and, you know, it's just shit. Enforcer, all that shit, bro. It's badass shit, you know, and if it can make the hair stand up on my arms, bro, then it's got something, and that's what this album does when I play it, bro. Trust me.
You're getting us fired up over here.
I know, we're amped.
I enjoy all this skating, man. I got the best music from skating videos when I was a kid.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. And it was all based off skating, bro. You know what I mean? And you know, I was that dude fucking jumping over that fence. throwing that bucket of paint into that pool so we can skate it the next day when the neighbors fucking drained it. You know what I'm saying? And it was just the way it was, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and so once, you know, I was a little bit later than the hippie days. Like, I didn't go through my first record I ever saw was the Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke. My dad had it on a big ass rolling paper.
Yeah, it came with a rolling paper in the album. Yeah.
Yeah, and after that, I bought fucking Kiss Destroyer and then Motorhead's Iron Fist. So I was just like, fuck, what's all this? And then, boom, I had a good friend gave me a cassette, and it was Suicidal before the record came out. He's like, check the shit out. And I'm like, what the fuck's this? And then here comes Mike in his fucking 69 Maverick with the trailer on the back, slanging albums, going on tour, bro, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just all of a feel. We get that feel, but you know, we also influenced by a lot of different shit, you know. So,
what's something that you listen to that your fans would be surprised about? Like, what's your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure right now is probably Silk Sonic, man.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes.
Love the honesty. Love the honesty.
Sonic,
that is fucking,
brother, you know?
That is some of the best
train.
shit.
You gotta give that bitch the love train, man. Over, yeah.
And Anderson Paak.
Yeah. Dude, you know, so, but yeah, you do. But, you know, and then, you know, fuck, I got, what else I got in my, you know, dude, I just listen to all kinds of shit. You know, when you go up and you put a band up there, all kinds of other shit, dude, comes up, you know.
Like you said, if your ears stand up or your hairs on your arms stand up, like, okay, I love this.
Fucking OG Cruel Hand, bro. Yeah. Fucking Madball's one of my favorites. I mean, dude, you know, so I dude, and then I'm into fucking Al Green, the Impressions.
Nice.
Like, I'm into it all, bro. I got custom cars that, you know, are chopped and slammed. I'm in a car club, dude. So I do it all, bro. And, but you know, I grew up on punk rock, bro, and thrash metal. And I'll never forget that time, bro. We played the Roxy. I don't know if you guys ever heard the story, if we got time for it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, please do.
I've told this story multiple times, but I'm sure you guys are going to kick out of it. So back in the hair metal days, there was no punk rock on the Hollywood Strip.
Mm-hmm.
You had to be fucking, you know, you had to be fucking hair and eyeliner and shit. So we're like, how the fuck we gonna play punk rock on Hollywood Strip? So I said, well, fuck, let's go in the studio and make a hair metal song. So we go in the studio, we cut like 2 tracks, fucking straight hair metal.
Yes.
We fucking get the gig at the Roxy, right? And it's pay to play, and we got to sell tickets. So we fucking sell tickets to all our homies. Fucking Mike was there, my mom was there, and we fucking go up and play, dude, and we fucking start jamming like some, I think it was an original, or it might have been a Sex Pistols cover, dude, right? But we start jamming it, and they're like, hey, you guys, you know, pull the plug, right? Pull the plug. So I said, fuck, let's go. So we going into one of our songs, fuck the cops, you know what I mean? So we're like, fuck the cops, we don't need you around here. Fuck the cops, you trying to bust us for drinking beer. As soon as I said beer, the fucking door guys kicked in, right? And the fucking sheriffs straight swarmed the place, bro.
They're like, fuck us,
cops
huh?
all
Fuck
over
us.
the place. Yeah, dude, my homies start fucking rioting and like start throwing chairs. And dude, they got me in handcuffs, my mom in handcuffs. They're like, fucking, you're the leader of this group. And I'm like, man, I'm just a fucking singer, man. I'm like 15. But yeah, dude, that was our attempt to play the Hollywood Strip undercover, dude. And
I don't think that was an attempt. I think you fucking nailed it.
Success.
Success.
Yeah,
End up you and
dude.
mom in handcuffs. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But now, you know, that's the thing, bro. Now you can go to Hollywood and see a punk rock band, a rap act, and a fucking hardcore band. You know what I mean? It's just like people just, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter anymore, dude. It's kind of just, you know, it's kind of heartening too, because like, you know, like, fuck, I don't want to listen to this fucking band. I just want to get to this one. And, you know, Hollywood's all pay to play. You got to pay them to fucking play. I'm like, fuck that shit, dude. So, you know, we just keep doing gigs around here. We're doing this, show July 10th with Green Jelly and Carnage Asada and this dude named Mickey Avalon. It's at the Garden Grove Amphitheater in Orange County, California. And it's a big spot, dude. It's like a graffiti fest. And then we're actually playing in August with Full Blown Chaos, dude, out here in LA.
Wow.
So
Gosh, I haven't heard that name in a while.
they're their first show since Ozfest in LA, dude. So
wow,
awesome.
It's gonna be that's called Hoodcore. It's just like hardcore bands all day, dude. So yeah, man, we got some shit going for sure.
definitely.
So it sounds like you have some exciting stuff coming up. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your art? I mean, you've mentioned the tattoo studio that you own and run. And I know some of your designs have ended up on some of the Z-Flex skateboards and even some of the Suicidal merch. Can you tell us a little bit about your studio?
Yeah, dude. So we're coming up on 25 years of being open. So back in, it was probably late, it had to be early 2000s, maybe 98, 2000. Anyways, there was one point when Robert Trujillo left Suicidal to play with Ozzy.
Yeah.
And the band kind of defunct for a minute. Mike was doing the Psycho Michael shit and the Infectious Groove shit, and they took a little break. Well, a couple months later, they got back together and they were doing just like a van tour. He's like, hey, you want to go on tour with us? And I'm like, what am I going to do? He's like, I don't know. I'll find you something to do. But why don't you bring your tattoo shit? So I said, all right. So I bring my tattoo shit and I drop some flash and I would tattoo all the fans in the hotel rooms afterwards. You know what I mean? Just bangers, little Suicidal bangers and shit. And then at that time I was working at LA Tattoo in Hollywood. It was owned by a bunch of Armenian dudes. And they're like, you are leaving too much, bro. You cannot leave all the time. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to fucking Europe. I'm out. You know what I mean? And I started picking up steam and like, so Mike's like, hey, you want to go to fucking Madrid? We got 2 gigs in Madrid, 1 in Portugal. It's going to be like a 1-off, a 2-off in a festival. And I'm like, fuck yeah. So I would go there and then we go over to fucking France and do a couple shows. And it was just awesome, bro. I'd be like in my hotel room looking out my window of the Eiffel Tower, like tattooing some mega fan and shit, you know, and Mike would be sitting there, or we'd do Cycle's barbershop, like we'd be in Lubbock, Texas, right? And Mike's like, oh, he's fucking hippies. And I'm like, yeah, dude, let's do Cycle's barbershop. And these people would flock to get their hair cut by Mike Muir. And I'm just like, look at these fools. They're walking around with half their fucking head shaved. I mean, hair down to their ass, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm like, dude, I just walked out there. What do? You fucked that dude's hair up. And he's like, hey. Anyways, they loved it, bro. There'd be stories like that. So anyways, it became a little more of a problem for where I was working at. I started touring more with SD. And I did the Warp Tour with them, and that was for 2 months. So when we got back from Warp Tour, Michael's like, hey, bro, what do you think about opening a shop? You know, and I'm like, what, a tattoo shop? And he's like, yeah, because back in the 90s, they had a shop called Streets of Venice. And basically the band lived upstairs, and there was a skate shop downstairs where they sold records, cassettes. And there was also an hourly lockout rehearsal in the back where all the local bands like Beowulf, XL, No Mercy, No Psychos, No Reaction, they would all practice there. Mike would let us all practice back there. So he's like, let's open it up like Streets of Venice, but let's make it more of a tattoo shop. And, you know, so basically, dude, in 98, ST Tattoo Studio was born. Mike was a partner. I said, I don't want it to be some fucking like memorabilia shop. I want it to be a tattoo shop with some Suicidal Tendencies shit in it. So we got Dogtown to come in and put some shit because Mike's brother owns Dogtown. So I had some gold records in there, some Grammy nominations, a bunch of artwork. And it just kind of evolved from that. Mike is no longer a partner, but still is very part of the shop. You know what I'm saying?
Still active.
Like, he was like, I'm going to be, basically, bro, he's like, this is you, clown. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I got my investment back. This is all you. Let's keep it in the hood. Let's keep it real. And that's what it's been for 25 years, bro. We've moved a few times. You know, I've got to travel a lot, bro. I've been to Japan a couple times. I'm actually going back there September 12th through the 28th. I'm trying to lock in a Cycotic Youth tour over there for January of next year. But this time I go over there, I'll be going over there to work. I do Yokohama, Yamanashi, Gifu, Nagoya, Tokyo, Chiba. I fucking travel my ass around there, bro. In 2 weeks, I probably did 7 cities and 18 tattoos, bro. It's pretty gnarly.
Damn. That's killer.
Yeah. So yeah, dude, you know, the shop's doing well. We just came out in Skin Art magazine. It's a big thing about Cycotic Youth in there, and it's coming up on 25 years, bro. I can't ask for. I'm blessed, dude. I'm blessed to be alive.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're joined here with Jason Brown of Cycotic Youth. You can check them. You guys are on the social medias, right? You're on Instagram.
Yes, sir. At Cycotic Youth Official, and then the tattoo shop is at ST Tattoo Studio, and then my personal one is at Jason Brown Tattooer. But yeah, man, we'll be dropping a big cartel pretty soon, or some type of like giant merchandising for Cycotic Youth. So just be patient. You'll be able to find everything. You'll be able to download all the shit, and you can go and get those 2 new singles right now on all platforms, and the videos to them also.
Psycho Up and Cycofied, both on YouTube. The videos are awesome. I think your guitar player even directed Psycho Up.
Yeah,
Is that right?
man. Yeah, dude. It's a little bit, you know, the Psycho Up, we did it more of like an old fucking Japanese karate movie.
Yeah, I
like
love
the
it.
lyrics aren't really on the same time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so dude, we just guerrillaed it, bro. The fucking management said we need videos, we did it, bro. And the next video for Family First is called Unity, the song Family First. It's going to be directed by a guy I don't want to say yet until we lock it in, but it's going to be dope, dude. It's going to be you know, a well done video, and bro, that's just how we do it. We're core like that, bro. We just do it ourselves with a little bit of help and a little bit of editing, and we're on our way, dude. You know.
Yeah. And we are fans. Vulgar Display Podcast has been rocking your stuff.
Yes.
We are going to go out right now with your song Cycofied coming up on the album. You said July 15th is the release?
July 15th, we're releasing on all platforms, man.
So excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, is the album called Cycotic Youth?
Yeah, right. Cycotic Youth, yeah, dude. But
Check
that's
it out.
funny, dude. I had to tell you guys that shit because everyone's like, man, why don't you just call it Psychotic? And I'm like, it ain't got nothing to do with us being young, fool. Else I call it Cycotic Youth.
Cycotic Youth.
I love that you kept the name and didn't change it. You know, if anything, and just even this phone call right now and having this conversation with you, that youthful spirit that you have.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it.
I'd sit down and drink a beer with you and bullshit all day.
Hell yeah, brother. Anytime. I hope we can make it out there, man. And I know that our PR will get you guys the album when it drops. And, you know, I'm just blessed to have people like you still doing it for the real hardcore, for the real people, and everybody stay down and stay psycho.
Absolutely. And we do want to shout out Bob Bradley of Bradley Publicity. He's the one to put you in contact with us. This is Jason Brown. Yeah. This is Jason Brown with Cycotic Youth, and we're going to hear the song Cycofied right now.
You didn't quit skateboarding because you got too old? You got too old because you quit skateboarding.
Cycofied in this violence until we come down. Grinding hard against the brain, no one can do it better. Evil eyes are running, hiding, flying through the air. Several times you pass the line, it's time to look back. Cycofied, nothing left but bloodshot eyes. That's because we're cycofied. Nothing left but bloodshot eyes. That's because we're cycofied. Cycofied, we shall ride with anger and despair. Slowly drops the yellow light, we crack upon the stairs. Flying free, no guarantee, that will be the end. All we know is how to load and gamble with our friends. Cycofied, nothing left but bloodshot eyes. That's because you're cycofied. Nothing left but bloodshot eyes. That's because you're cycofied.
Well, here we are. Man, back in the days, some CJ Adams flying around. So we say, man, let's get shags. Shags meant skate hard and get suicidal. This one goes out to J-Boy, right in peace.
Cycofied, no reason why. We're down till the end. You won't die, you come along. The struggle just began. Cycofied, don't ask us why. It's time we all get mental. Skating hard. to the end.